additional bits and pieces that we've been working with. These are the hind shanks. They came off of the, these are the front shanks. These came off of the picnic, which is your front shoulder area. They were just cleaved off, and they have gone through about a week of brine. They were removed for the brine a day ago, and they are going to sit and dry slightly. They've been rinsed in water. So that brine was the salt, sugar, and light spice brine. It happens to be the same brine that was used for the hams. We'll talk about that. And these could either be cooked at this point or boiled. My suggestion is we're going to hot smoke them on a moderate heat, fully cook them, and make them available to be used most likely for a soup or stew preparation, or with beans as a smoked piece that has quite a bit of meat on it. Right here is a combination of belly fat and back fat areas of various. So some of this is the exact same lard as the other 2/3 portion of lard. What I've done is salted it, and I've added a variety of dry spices and peppercorns to cure it. This, in Italian terms, would be called lardo. It's been about 7 days. At this point, I will wash off the heavy salt and spices, and we will either package it to refrigerate or freeze it, or we can take the option of hanging it, dry hanging it for a period of time to develop a little more flavor. And it would be then used as very thin slices, as lardo that might be put on bread or put into preparations as part of charcuterie and antipasto plates, or it could be used in cooking preparations. We could saute it quickly with some pastas, use it similar to the guanciale or cheek, but this is almost 100% fat, but it now becomes a flavorful fat that can be used sparingly, but in very nice applications. This is approximately 40 pounds of cubed pork, primarily shoulder and other trim pieces. This is everything that was not used for another preparation, coming off of a 200-pound pig. So this was thrown in the freezer for the week. It's been out for a couple of days. It's thawing out. It's nice and chilled, and it will be the basis for making a variety of sausages, a pate, and also the liverwurst, the liver sausage. So this is shoulder meat, which when you take the shoulder in its natural form and dice up the pork shoulder or picnic, you get almost a 30% fat to meat. So 30% fat, 70% meat. That is the perfect ratio for making sausage, between 25 and 30%, to get the moisture, the texture, the succulence, and not have a dry product. This is ideal. I don't need to add or take away anything from it. I did remove the heaviest fat from some of the pieces, and again, this is my multi-use pork for grinding. Right here I have a nice piece of the shoulder. This could have been chunked up for sausage meat. This is sometimes called the English butt, or the Italians call it the Coppa, for a salami, which is, instead of chunked up, it's whole pieces. So this is the top of the neck roll, and coming down into the shoulder, comes along the ribs. You probably saw pictures of me cutting this out, and it's got amazing marbleization, a modest amount of fat, and it has a nice structure and has a lot of movement, so the flavor to texture properties are some of the best on the entire animal. So it's prized and carefully separated out. American butchers are not so likely to separate this out, but Italian butchers will. I took care to do that. This was put in a brine. It's a cure. It was in a dry rub cure of salt, pepper, spices, and some TCM or tinted cure mixture that adds nitrates and nitrites, which are required by law to keep it safe. The nitrites and nitrates will resist bacteria such as botulism that are deadly if found in a sausage product, mostly brought in by dirt, hair, or possibly spices and herbs and vegetables that are introduced, and then during the smoking or curing process could cause botulism. So it's very important that you use at least small amounts of nitrates and follow the procedures correctly, so that you resist having a severe illness or possible death. At this point, it will also cause the light pinking of the meat, which can be attractive instead of having a gray, greenish, or rainbowy tint to meat that you can see sometimes in, say, a roast that's been cooked. So it has a visual aspect, but that's really not the important end of it. It does help the presentation. So I took a cure. This is just under half of the cure that went on it. Salt, sugar, spices. Rubbed it on about 8 days ago. This is a 18-day cure because the muscle is so large I can't get into it easily. You put on half of the cure, you rub it in, and then at about day 8 or 9, where we're at right now, we add on the other half to make sure that we really get a good cure on it. It will be rinsed off at day 18, and then I will have the opportunity to choose how I continue to spice this. I can either do a hot or sweet. In Italian terminology, sweet means mild and not hot versus sweet as in sugar. So if it's sweet, I don't need to do much more. If it's hot, I'll add a paprika, hot pepper, cayenne, spice rub to this. And I have two options. I can net this and hang this for a number of weeks in a cool area, creating a dry, cured coppa, or I can choose to cook it gently and slowly in a casing or wrapped up, and that becomes a cooked coppa. Cooked coppa is always cheaper because it has less shrinkage than dry coppa. However, dry coppa takes on some fermentation and some aging that intensifies the flavor and makes it a little richer and more complex. It can be desirable. I haven't decided exactly what, if I'm in a dry hang right now because of the time frame on it. I do know that one of these will become a sweet and one will be a hot coppa. And so at this point, it will be wrapped up every 2 or 3 days. I will rub it and turn it over. That's called overhauling, where I flip over the pieces and make sure my cure or brine is evenly treating the meat. And then I'll wrap it back up under refrigeration until I get to day 18. The last major product that we have here are the hams. I have 2 hams. They are approximately 18 pounds each. Quite a nice ham, and it's a real good size at 18 pounds. Much bigger than that can be a little harder to deal with. So these hams were taken. You can have them skin on or skin off. In this case, they're skin off. We took the shanks off, which you saw, and I removed from the brine earlier. This is a wet brine of salt and sugar, and I'm working with brown sugar again on this, doing an American-style ham. This ham has been injected with brine, and usually use up to about 10% of the brine, and you inject it with a needle or a syringe, a butcher's syringe, to get the solution in quickly while it's fresh, in around the bone and into the deep muscles to prevent it from spoiling, and to help purge out any of the blood from the bone, so that you get a high-quality ham. I do have an option that I could rub and salt this and then go through a hanging process and create a prosciutto, but that could take a year to 16 months to prepare it. It needs a cool space, and it's a difficult process. It's very doable, but it's a high-risk thing, and so to have more immediate results, I go to the brine. At this point, I will rinse it off. We're at day 8, so at day 8 or 9, it should be ready. I will let it dry for about 2 days and create a pellicle or a little stickiness from the skin and fat and muscle, and then that will help grab onto the smoke. So I have 2 options. I could now hang it carefully, grind, which is less challenging than doing the prosciutto salting method, and it would become like a Virginia or American style dry ham, but it would need months, up to 6 months or more to hang, and then it would need to be soaked and cooked. In my case, I'd like to smoke it. I'll smoke it for quite a number of hours, probably 10 hours or more. I will fully cook it to an internal temperature, up around 150, 155 degrees, where it's both safe and the texture is ready to serve immediately, either cold, warmed, or lightly baked, and it will have a nice brown sugar, sweet and salty preparation, and will be ready for Easter or another major event. So that is all of the parts other than the bones, which I think we saw pictures of earlier. The bones were all cleaved out on day 1, and they were then brought to smoking day 2, and were smoked for about 5 or 6 hours. Those bones were put into a kettle, and with some stock and vegetables, water and vegetables, created a smoked pork stock, which was then lightly reduced, strained out, and is in the freezer for whatever needs we see best for that.